Apple Resources Private Limited.
Welcome students to an enriching learning journey ahead with Wood Apple Resources. Class 4 EVS. I'm your teacher Vani. Here are your friends.
I am Bhupi. I am Abby.
Dear students, today I'm going to teach you Chapter 8, Visit to a Farm. Let's have some fun exploring different fruits and vegetables and identifying which part of the plant we usually eat. I'll show you pictures of various foods and I want you to tell me if we eat the flowers, fruits, stems, leaves, seeds, or roots of those plants. Are you ready? Here's the first picture. What part of the plant do we usually eat when it comes to potatoes?
The roots. We eat the potatoes, which are the tubers that grow underground.
Excellent. Now, what about beans? What part of the plant are beans?
We eat the seeds of the bean plant.
That's correct. Beans are the seeds of the bean plant. Now, let's move on to carrots. What part of the plant do we eat when it comes to carrots?
Carrots are roots, so we eat the roots of the carrot plant.
Exactly. Carrots have tap roots and we eat the thickened part of the root. Now, let's look at spinach. What part of the plant is spinach?
Spinach is the leaf of the spinach plant, so we eat the leaves.
Well done! Spinach leaves are rich in nutrients and that's what we usually eat. Next, we have strawberries. What part of the plant are strawberries?
Strawberries are fruits. We eat the juicy red fruits of the strawberry plant.
Correct. Strawberries are indeed fruits and they are delicious too. Finally, let's take a look at broccoli. What part of the plant is broccoli?
Broccoli is actually the flower buds of the broccoli plant, so we eat the flowers.
Well done! You've identified the parts of the plants we usually eat. Keep up the great work! Welcome to an exciting learning adventure with Tejas and Shweta as they explore the wonderful world of plants and their edible parts. Get ready to dive into the garden of knowledge. Today, Tejas and Shweta are embarking on a culinary journey to prepare Chinese fried rice for dinner. But first, they'll need to understand the different parts of plants that we eat. Let's join them on their farm as they learn about roots, stems, leaves, fruits, and more. Tejas and his sister Shweta went to their farm to take out carrots and onions for their dinner. They noticed that carrots and onions looked different from each other. Shweta explained that carrots have taproots which have one thick main root and many small branches. On the other hand, onions have fibrous roots, which are a bunch of small roots of the same size. So when we eat carrots, we are enjoying the thick taproot of the plant, and when we eat onions, we are enjoying the bulb, which is part of the plant's underground stem.
What is a taproot?
Great question. A taproot is a large central root that grows deep into the soil. It's like the main anchor for the plant. Carrots, mangoes, neem, and turnips are examples of plants with tap roots.
And what about fibrous roots?
Another excellent question. Fibrous roots are a network of thin roots that spread out close to the soil's surface. They help the plant absorb water and nutrients efficiently. Grass, wheat, and rice are examples of plants with fibrous roots.
गाजर और प्याज अलग-अलग दिखते हैं और उनके रूट्स में भी अंतर होता है। जैसे कि गाजर में एक मोटी टैप रूट होती है जो गहरी मिट्टी में उगता है, तो प्याज में फाइब्रस रूट होती है जो पतली जड़ों का गुच्छा होती है और मिट्टी के करीब फैलते हैं। गाजर पौधे के टैप रूट है, जैसे कि नीम और आम में भी होती है। इसके विपरीत प्याज पौधे की अंडरग्राउंड स्टेम का बल्ब है, जैसे कि घास, गेहूं और चावल जिनमें फाइब्रस रूट्स पाए जाते हैं।
Some plants, like the banyan tree, have roots that grow from their branches. These roots are called aerial roots.
What are aerial roots?
Aerial roots are roots that grow above the ground, typically from the branches or stems of a plant. They provide support for the branches and help the plant anchor itself. The banyan tree is an example. The banyan tree has aerial roots that hung down from its branches, forming a spectacular curtain of roots. Do you remember what kind of roots mangroves have?
Mangroves have breathing roots.
Exactly. Mangroves grow in marshy areas where the soil is waterlogged. To survive in such conditions, they have special roots called breathing roots. These roots grow vertically upwards from the ground and help the mangroves take in oxygen even when the soil is flooded. Now, can anyone tell me about the roots of the money plant?
The money plant has clinging roots.
That's correct. The money plant, also known as the devil's ivy, is a climber. It has clinging roots that help it attach to surfaces like walls or trees as it climbs upward.
Do you know the banyan tree holds great significance? It symbolizes longevity, stability, permanence, and security. Some trees, like the banyan tree, are considered sacred and are worshipped. People protect these trees and do not cut them down. कुछ पेड़ जैसे banyan tree, उनके branches से roots उगते हैं। ये roots aerial roots कहलाते हैं। Aerial roots वो roots होते हैं जो जमीन के ऊपर से उगते हैं। Mangroves के roots breathing roots होते हैं। ये mangroves को पानी में भी ऑक्सीजन लेने में मदद करते हैं। मैनग्रोव्स पानी में अच्छे तरह से बढ़ जाते हैं और इनकी ब्रीदिंग रूट्स उन्हें ऑक्सीजन लेने में मदद करते हैं। मनी प्लांट के रूट्स क्लिंगिंग रूट्स होते हैं जो इसे किसी भी सरफेस से चिपकने में मदद करते हैं। And what are the other parts of the plant above the ground?
The shoot system includes the stem, leaves, flowers, and fruits. These parts are essential for the plant's growth, reproduction, and photosynthesis. The stem provides support for the plant and transports water and nutrients.
And what about leaves?
Leaves are like the solar panels of the plant. They contain chlorophyll, which captures sunlight and converts it into energy through photosynthesis. This process is crucial for producing food for the plant.
How plants benefit us, providing food and oxygen?
Trees play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of ecosystems and combating climate change. They absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen, helping to regulate the Earth's atmosphere. They give us food, wood, shade, rubber, oil, and timber. However, deforestation, the large-scale clearing of forests, poses a significant threat to our environment.
But why do people cut down trees if they are so important?
Well, sometimes people prioritize their own interests over the well-being of the environment. They may cut down trees for timber, agriculture, or urbanization without considering the long-term consequences.
That doesn't sound good. Are there people who protect trees?
Absolutely. There are tribal communities living in forests that depend on plants for their livelihood. They understand the importance of preserving the environment and often act as stewards of forests, protecting trees and wildlife.
That's wonderful. What about in cities like ours?
In cities, the responsibility of caring for trees often falls on organizations like the municipal corporation. They plant trees along roadsides, in parks, and in gardens to improve air quality and beautify the surroundings.
What about initiatives to plant more trees and protect forests?
Great question. There are movements and festivals dedicated to promoting tree planting and conservation. One such movement is the Chipko movement, which started in the 1970s in the Garhwal Himalayan region, led by environmentalists like Chandi Prasad Bhatt and Sundarlal Bahuguna. Women in villages like Reni hugged trees to protect them from being cut down. This movement, known as Chipko, gained international attention and highlighted the importance of grassroots activism in environmental conservation.
That's incredible. What about events like Van Mahotsav?
Van Mahotsav is another significant event celebrated in India during the first week of July. During Van Mahotsav, people from all walks of life come together to plant trees in various locations across the country. It's a time to raise awareness about the importance of trees and their role in maintaining ecological balance. Thousands of trees are planted during this festival with the hope that they will grow into big trees and contribute to the environment.
Everybody doesn't have a farm. So how do they get the things they need?
That's a great question. Just like how we buy food grains, paper, and furniture from the market, people obtain the things they need from various sources. Some people also grow domestic plants in pots at home, like tulsi, pudina, curry leaves, and coriander, to have fresh herbs readily available.
What about crops and trees?
Crops like rice, wheat, and maize are grown in fields, while trees like teak, shisham, pine, and sandalwood are grown in forests.
चिपको मूवमेंट जैसे अभियान और वन महोत्सव जैसे त्योहार पेड़ों को बचाने और अधिक पेड़ लगाने के लिए आयोजित होते हैं। चिपको मूवमेंट में महिलाएं पेड़ों को उखाड़ने से बचाने के लिए पेड़ों को गले लगाती थी। वन महोत्सव एक वार्षिक पेड़ लगाने का त्योहार है, जहां लाखों पेड़ लगाए जाते हैं। ये दोनों ही अभियान और त्योहार पेड़ों के महत्वता और सुरक्षा को उजागर करते हैं।
Today we learned plants have different types of roots, like tap roots, example carrots, and fibrous roots, example onions, which anchor plants and absorb water and nutrients. Some plants, like the banyan tree, have roots growing from branches, providing support. Mangroves and climbers have special aerial roots too. Above ground, plants have stems, leaves, flowers, and fruits, vital for growth, reproduction, and producing food. Plants give us food, oxygen, shade, and materials like rubber and paper. It's important to value and protect them. Movements like Chipko and Van Mahotsav teach us to protect trees and forests. Deforestation harms the environment and affects tribal communities. Some people grow plants at home or in fields while others buy from markets. Trees in forests provide wood and other resources. Everyone can help by planting trees, living sustainably, or supporting conservation efforts. Thank you for joining us. Keep learning and exploring with Wood Apple Resources.